come through on this. The goalkeeper having a bandage applied to the wound at the moment. It was a brave effort at trying to keep out the rebound. He scrambled across, it just seemed to skip up off the bobbly turf maybe. But all credit to the fullback, who was the furthest man forward and able to stab the ball home. Will be quite a lengthy stoppage and a lengthy amount of added time. Still a bit of blood seeping through there. I just wonder, they might have to add some stitches to that possibly at half-time. Certainly if there's any blood, he won't be allowed to continue. Approaching the midway point of the first half. Colombia waiting to get us restarted again after the goal. Howard Webb there, just overseeing things. Plenty of merchandise available for people here. Those straw hats you can see have got the FIFA logo on and the emblem of the Under-17 World Cup. Those are the plastic horns they're giving out as well, and the long inflatable tubes that are banged together as well. Anything that makes a bit of noise is very much on the agenda. Christian Bonilla is back on his feet. Should be okay to continue. White swathe of bandage around his head at the moment to prevent the blood seeping through, but he'll be able to continue. Just 16 years of age, he's the youngest player on the field for Colombia. All the others approaching 17. You have to be born on or after 1st of January 1992 to be eligible for this competition. And after 3 or 4 minute delay, we're back on again. And Colombia have some work to do. They trail now by a goal to nil. There's the goal scorer, Samate. Savage. Gibba Sama. Nicely played into Yellow. Still going on the edge of the penalty area and wins a free kick as well. It's a clumsy challenge by Daniel Santa. Gibba Yellow was going across the edge of the area. Santa possibly didn't need to dive in and make that challenge, but it's given Gambia a free kick. A chance to test the goalkeeper after that head injury. Samate, the goal scorer, is over the ball. Patay Nyang as well, the central midfielder. Boubacar Savage possibly waiting to pounce a little bit further back. Everybody by Wilson Quero back behind the ball for Colombia. Here comes Samate. Good save by the keeper. Body right behind it. Good positioning by Christian Bonilla. To be a good ball out for Bouba Sama. It just popped up a little bit and beat him for the throw. Free kick through and round the end of the wall. Good positioning though by the goalkeeper. Not too fazed by that head injury. Savage. GNA, Sama. Back to GNA, nicely done. Sama onto the left foot, over the bar. Well, it's a nice move by the Gambians, who have been given a little bit of confidence by that goal, playing the ball around with a certain assured manner. Both the Colombian substitute goalkeepers warming up behind Christian Bonilla's goal at the moment, just in case they're called upon. Mendoza, Santa, Caicedo. Oh, it did well. It looked spectacular, Laurent Gibba's challenge. Landed quite heavily, and I think he's landed quite heavily on his arm there. Johan Caicedo. A really heavy fall on his elbow, and that could be nasty. From Chico. This is club side in Colombia. Well, Mendoza, a bit tight for space to take the corner. Looking for Murillo, comes out here to Cuellar. Struck it well. Deflects away for a throw. Viciously struck then by Gustavo Cuellar. Here's Mendoza. It's a free kick off Bubba Sama. In by Santa. Murillo was arriving round the back, again got the head to the ball, but like his first effort earlier on, unable to hit the target. Just one of Colombia's 5 attempts at goal has managed to hit the target so far. Mendoza. Sama. Still Caicedo receiving treatment down by the corner flag. Colombia temporarily down to 10. Unfortunately, doesn't seem to be any lasting damage for Caicedo. Samate. Gianne. Niang. Header on by Gibba, only as far as Caicedo. Ramos. Mendoza. Half an hour played still. Gambia leading by that Lamin Sancho Samate goal. Ball over the top by Caicedo to Cuero. Ramos. Guerra might get a second opportunity to cross, 2 in the centre. Santa. Arias. Danger passes once more for Gambia. Gambian youth system is really helping their young players work through the football ladder. 8 players that took part in the Under-17 World Cup in 2005 had graduated to represent them at Under-20 level in 2007. Ghana, of course, putting African football on the map with their victory in the recent Under-20 Championships held in Egypt. And the big event next year, of course, with South Africa hosting the FIFA World Cup. Thousands of people actually line the streets of Gambia when they return from their African Federation Under-17 title. The Baby Scorpions were met by ministers and senior political figures. Still work to do though here if they're to progress to the last 16, somewhat sneaking in the back door by a third place position. Gambia might have the lead, but Colombia shading the possession. Caicedo with a throw. Forward by Savage. Foul on Steven Mendoza, who's not seen too much of the ball in the first half. Really was the creative spark when he came off the bench in the opening game against the Netherlands, and so too against Iran in the first half. Sama. Forward by Gibba. Size with a header. Cuellar. Arias. On for Quero. Kimo Fati tracked him back all the way. Their second FIFA Under-17 World Cup for Gambia. They were involved in a game against Brazil in their first one back in 2005, which featured 4 red cards. It's the highest total of red cards in one match in the history of the competition. Somewhat of an unwanted stat. Had 2 players sent off in their opening game as well against Iran. They lead here by a goal to 0 thanks to Lamin Sadio Samate's goal just before the 20-minute mark. Colombian free kick. They're just waiting for Juan Saiz to come forward, the captain. Murillo's already in there as well. Load one delivered this time, away by Savage. Mendoza. Good effort, just wide. So close to what would have been a stunning goal then, Steven Mendoza. Didn't seem any danger on, he was a long way from goal, but very little backlift on the shot and just wide of the post. Gambia have made their efforts on goal count. 3 of their 4 shots have hit the target. One of them, of course, the opening goal. Caicedo. Sama. Yellow. Here's Ramos. Now Mendoza. Cuero. Ramos was strong in the challenge. Overlap coming from Arias. Cuero just waited his moment. Chase on for Bojan. Didn't quite keep the ball in play over on that far side. Just about 8 minutes to go to half-time. There will be a few minutes to add on for the injury to Christian Bonilla when the Gambian goal was scored. Cuero penalised for the shirt tug on Kimo Fati. Santa sneaks away from him by Samate, on by Mario. Sama. Sai's just been put under a little bit of pressure by Demba Gna. Gibba. Sliced away horribly by Sai's the captain, for another corner to Gambia. Certainly this is Gambia's best performance so far of the 3 matches they've played. They'd love another one before half-time, which really would have them believing they could still make it through. Yellow. Niang. Savage tries his luck from a long way out and is well off the mark. Sama caught by a high foot from Caicedo, and again I think he'll be fortunate not to get away with the yellow card there, but it looks like it's just a telling off from Howard Webb. He's kept his cards in his pocket so far, the English referee. That was a somewhat late and cynical challenge by Caicedo. Cuellar. Cuero gives chase. Kimo Fati should get there first, and Cisse, the goalkeeper, was charging out of his area as well. Savage. Fati. Challenged by Ramos, sends the ball spinning high into the air. Be a Gambian throw. Once again, it's Caicedo that is spoken to, and will get a card this time from Howard Webb. Just made the point to him a moment or so ago. Can't really have too many complaints. It's the first yellow card of the game. Bungling into the back of Gianni. And a yellow card for Johan Caicedo. Gibba's free kick. Bojan! And Gambia have double their advantage. It's Ebrima Bojan who scored from the penalty spot on Wednesday. It's a fine-headed goal. And the Colombians, well, they've conceded yet again. Caicedo gave away the free kick and it proved to be costly. Bojan getting up highest to head beyond Bonilla. And Gambia lead by 2-0, and they now surely believe that they can make it through to the next stage of the competition. Great header from Bojan, second goal of the tournament. And the tall, rangy figure of the Gambian number 16, bitterly disappointed with his side's 2 opening defeats. He's doing his level best to try and put things right in the third match. Had a hand in the first, scored the second, and Gambia lead Colombia now by 2-0. Here they come again. Niang tries his luck from just outside the centre circle. Savage. It would, of course, be immaterial, this win, if the Netherlands get a point against Iran in Enugu. Then it would mean that Gambia couldn't finish third in the group, so would be out anyway, but looks as though they're looking to go out to the highest. Mendoza fires one goalwards, but also fires over the bar. When Gambia made their debut in the 2005 edition of this tournament in Peru, they beat Brazil 3-1 in their opening match. It proved to be a disappointing tournament, although they won 2 of their games and still were eliminated, which was a bitter pill to swallow for them. Here's Mendoza. There's the header from Bojan. He's a tremendous target in the centre to aim for, and the Colombian defence, Murillo and Saiz, who've stopped pretty much everything aerially in their opening 2 games, had no answer to that header. As Ramos trying to turn, goes down in the box, and Howard Webb-Webb's play on. Now Sammer on the chase. Robles. Mendoza. Sandwiched in between 2. It's the free kick, which has very quickly been taken by the Colombians. Murillo. Robles picks out Arias on that far side. Santa. Robles. Mendoza sets up on a forward run. Well cut out by Gianni. Cuero. 4 minutes will be added on at the end of the first half. An injury to Christian Bonilla, the main reason. Arias. Cuero. Just seemed to lose his standing leg as he tried to get the shot in on goal. Don't rule out the Colombians yet, though. They've got that spark in them up front that could quite easily get themselves back into the game. Not too many teams have come from 2 down to win games in these competitions, most noticeably with the Swiss the other night against Japan when they came out to win it 4-3. It was a cracking match. Ramos goes over again under Samate's challenge. Flicked on by Gibba. Cuero. Santa. Robles. Away again by Samate. Caicedo. Very challenged by GNA, which is going to earn him a yellow card. And the player sent off in the game against Iran. He's now going to have another card against his name, yellow this time. (15 years of age). GNA, the African nations having younger players than a lot of the European or South Americans. Caicedo. Mendoza. Given away. Caicedo continued his run and was screaming for the ball to be played over the top. Here's Bojiang on the chase, stretching out those long legs again. Bubba Sama waits in the centre. Can't find the cross though, but does win a corner. Just about to enter the final minute of added time. Bojiang back to his feet. He'll go and make his presence felt in the centre once more. It's Lamin Samate, scorer of the opening goal, that will swing over the corner. Referee just wanting the ball moved back slightly. It is quite soft in those corner areas where corners have been taken. The Sanders disappeared to almost leave a small hole where the kicker would actually take the ball from, so placing it is quite difficult. Away by Santa. Yellow. Nicely done. Samate. Pace on the cross, too much pace on the cross. And out for a goal kick. It's been a good half there for Gambia. Still know there's work to be done. And of course they will have one eye, I'm sure, on what's happening in Enugu. There goes the referee's whistle for the end of the first half. If you're a Gambian supporter, a very good one indeed. Lamin Sadio Samate scored the opening goal after Bonilla had parried Bojiang's initial shot. Jason